So this part of the journey, we went from Battambang to Siem Reap. So we did it by boat. This unhelpful map. It was much further than what this map shows. But yeah, we started out with our motley crew of a few Cambodians and a chunk of Westerners on their travels, and started outside Battambang, waving to the locals, who were all very friendly, lots of smiling kids, and so this part was fairly pleasant, I would say. And got to see lots of villages on the edge of the river. They slowly got less and less until so yes, as you might be able to see, the boat basically had to go through these really thick mangroves or bushes or whatever they were, and we read on some comments about this boat trip that on certain circumstances these bushes could be filled with spiders or snakes. So as you could tell, I was slightly apprehensive about this part of the journey. um, but yes, like every time there was a lot of whipping and anything could have dropped in at any point. But then, luckily, we managed to suddenly appear out of these mangroves into this kind of fishing village, which everyone was enjoying. Probably more relief than anything else. Well, at the beginning, and really nice sunny day. And we kind of toddled along until we had our first service station stop.
Only.
Huh?
Only.
Yeah, the only one, sorry. Which was literally in the middle of nowhere in Cambodia, which you can see in this next clip. So here is the service station, which was a new experience for us. And then just one thing I wanted to add about this bit is the driver, the dad driver, got absolutely smashed at this station, as in he was so drunk, which was an amusing thing to watch for your driver. And then we kind of left that that river village, and floating village it's called actually, yes. And it got less and less houses, and then it got got wider and wider, and there became less less vegetation, and we eventually just seemed to be in a sea.
Hold on.
What?
Before that, the boat started to sink the first time round.
Ah, yes. So Helen's just reminded me that anxiety was fairly high at this point, because the boat had almost sunk just before this clip, and yeah, my anxiety was fairly through the roof. I don't know where we are. So yes, as I said before, the boat was almost sank before like half flooded, and they were desperately bailing it out. And then
The engine was on fire.
yes, then the engine was a little bit on fire, and then this random guy came on, and we were dragging his boat for a long time as well. If I'm never seen again, just like to say, tried my best in Cambodia, and finally defeated us. And then the boat stopped running because we were just slowly chugging this other guy's boat, and we just sort of were severely bobbing up and down for, it felt like a long time. It was probably only like 10-15 minutes. But then we began to chug along again, went through some more mangroves, thick mangroves, and then emerged into this sort of tree-filled, half-flooded tree land. Half-flooded tree land. Which was quite beautiful actually, but it was probably more of a relief that I wasn't going to drown in a... Oh yeah, and the lake that we found out, it was full of crocodiles. So, so if it did sink, we would have been, I don't know, kind of in trouble. So we finally, after I think it was like 6 hours on this boat, reached Siem Reap, and
It was 7.5 hours.
yeah, 7.5, and went to this lovely apartment here, which was well worth the wait. I think we were very relieved to get here. And also, infrastructure might be great in Cambodia, but this VR thing was amazing. But anyway, tomorrow, day of Siem Reap.